Armed forces and prisoners may face chemical warfare. Sometimes chemical warfare is different. Some soldiers carry ammunition and guns, but some carry test tubes and mixing bowls. Sometimes they fight with chemistry and ingenuity, but quiet determination. Heroes don't always carry weapons or fight on traditional battlefields. She invented banana ketchup to make her country smile. She also invented a delivery system to save a nation. Who could imagine inventing a condiment, then weaponizing it with that same creativity could keep prisoners alive? Refusing to evacuate because she understood something essential. Her work mattered more than her safety. Maria could have fled. She could have survived the war. She could have lived a long, celebrated life, but she chose to stay because thousands were starving and she knew how to feed them. Yes, armed with banana ketchup. That is our title. Welcome to Dream Builders Diaries, building dreams one story at a time, and I'm Jeannie Craft. Here at Dream Builders Diaries, we dive deep into the personal stories of entrepreneurs and artists, innovators, and everyday visionaries, just like you. We believe that every dream starts with a story worth telling. And by sharing these stories, we aim to empower you to create your own dream and the story behind it. Before we get started, grab a paper and a pencil if you don't already have one. Inspiration, ideas, and dreams come and go very quickly. Jot yours down. Don't let yours get away. She invented nutrition-packed food to keep her country alive. She found a unique, undetected way to deliver her life-saving food right under the noses of the enemy. And when they told her to run, she stayed at her post because that's what soldiers do. A scientist refused to evacuate during one of World War I's deadliest battles because she was too busy saving lives with cookies. Cookies? Manila, 1942. Japanese soldiers controlled every single street. Inside Santo Thomas internment camp, over 4,000 prisoners, Americans, Filipinos, and so many children were being systematically starved to death. Their ribs showed through their paper-thin skin. Adults weighed less than 100 pounds. The guards watched and waited for them to die. But they didn't know about Maria or sorrow. She was 49 years old, a food scientist with a degree in chemistry from the University of Washington. She had earned her degree at a time when Filipino women weren't supposed to pursue much of a career in anything, certainly not science. For 2 decades, she'd been teaching her country to feed itself, creating clay ovens for families without electricity, and organizing 22,000 women into food preservation clubs. And then she was inventing something that seemed almost trivial at the time: banana ketchup. Filipinos love tomato ketchup, but it was expensive, and tomatoes struggled in the tropical climate. The tomatoes would get blight, but the worst was the sunburn. They needed sunlight to ripen, but not too much of it. So Maria looked at the abundance around her and thought, why import something that is very hard to grow and almost harder to import when we have an abundance of something else we already have? She created a sweet, tangy ketchup from the mashed bananas, vinegar, and spices, adding red coloring so it looked kind of familiar. It became a national obsession. Today, it's in every Filipino kitchen, even though most never even knew about the woman who invented it. But when war came, Maria's genius became a weapon. She joined the resistance as Captain Orosa, but she didn't file a rifle. She didn't even carry a rifle. No, she carried 700 recipes in her head and a laboratory filled with 400 students. She invented 2 products that would save thousands. Something called Soyalac. It's a powdered soybean drink, so nutrient dense they called it magic food. 1 serving contained complete nutrition for a starving person. And Darak, a rice bran cookie packed with vitamin B1. As the guerrilla fighter once wrote, 1 teaspoon could keep a starving man's digestive system functioning. A palmful could keep him on his feet. 2 palmfuls, he could actually fight. But creating the food wasn't enough. She had to get it past the armed guards and into the prison camps. Her plan was brilliant. Maria hired all the local carpenters who she could find who could move freely through Manila. They hollowed out bamboo sticks, filled them with either soilak or derrick powder, then walked into the camps pretending to deliver construction materials. The guards never suspected a thing. Bamboo was one of the most abundant building materials that was found on every construction site. Bamboo by bamboo, Maria smuggled concentrated life itself to dying prisoners. American soldiers who could barely stand suddenly found the strength to walk. Children who had forgotten what energy felt like began to sit up, and some of them even started to play again. One American POW later wrote, "We don't know her name. We don't know where the food comes from. We didn't even know how it got inside the bamboo. We just knew someone, somewhere was fighting to keep us alive." If the Japanese had discovered what she was doing, they would have executed her immediately. But Maria kept working, kept creating, kept cooking, kept smuggling life. Because of her, science wasn't just a profession, it was resistance. It was her personal weapon against the war and all the injustices that came with it. By early 1945, American forces were fighting to retake Manila in one of World War II's most devastating urban battles. The city was being destroyed. Buildings crumbled under constant shelling. Maria's family begged for her to evacuate. She refused. "I'm a soldier," she said. "I will stay at my post." On February 13, 1945, Maria was working in her laboratory when artillery shells intensified. Colleagues urged her toward the bomb shelter. On the way, shrapnel tore through her body. A colleague found a push cart, the only available transportation, and rushed her to Remedios Hospital. But as doctors treated her wounds, another shell hit the hospital directly. Over 400 people died instantly. Maria was one of them. She was 51 years old. She had invented well over 700 recipes, and she had fed a nation. She had saved thousands from starvation. And she died at her post, exactly as she said she would. For decades, her story was nearly forgotten. Corporations commercialized her inventions without crediting her. Banana ketchup became ambiguous, but the few who knew, they knew who had created it. Streets bore her name without explanation, but recently the world is finally remembering. Google honored her with a doodle in 2019. It may have been lost in the pandemic, but at least it was something. Her remains, lost for decades, were given proper burial at 2025 at the St. Augustine Church. We're learning what Maria proved, that science can be an act of love, that feeding people en masse is revolutionary, that a woman in a laboratory can save more lives with nourishing food than an army can save with guns. The next time you see banana ketchup, remember, it's not just a condiment. It's a reminder that one woman's genius, courage, and refusal to abandon her people changed history. One recipe, one bamboo stick, one life saved at a time. So to recap, what is your biggest takeaway from our diary today, and how does this diary relate to how you implement your dream? Why this diary? Because this diary demonstrates the magic and the secrets of compassion and devotion and allegiance. When I think of keeping more than just a few recipes in my head, wow, she kept hundreds, knowing she might need one of them at any moment. I also share this diary because this powerful diary celebrates the virtues of endurance and courage and determination in the face of danger and peril. Who would have ever expected life to come from the inside of the strong bamboo poles? Certainly not the Japanese soldiers. Dreamers, believe in yourselves. Be passionate, work smart, and know your why. Apply what you learn each day. And as you ponder the source of your dream in this diary, I wish you well. I wish you an abundance of resources, knowledge, and wisdom with your time and your future success with your dream. Enjoy life and always be kind. I'm going to leave you with this quotation. She believed she could, so she did. It's unknown who said that. She believed she could, so she did. Special thanks to Maria. Wow, without her, who knows what would have happened to the Filipinos and the American soldiers? Who knows? Special thanks to those of you who listen to Dream Builders Diaries regularly. I'm grateful to you. The honor to spend time with you is all mine. Check out the other diaries in the Dream Implement playlist. If you don't have it yet, get your 90-day Dream Builders Diary on Amazon. Like and share this diary. Subscribe for more contact to share your story. Thank you, and until next time, building dreams one story at a time.